You met Mr. Munjal about 6 or 7 years ago at the Tavistock for the first time. It grew into a relationship where you played a round with him in Delhi Golf Club, and then the Hero World Challenge, and now a personal endorsement deal of such a huge nature. Can you talk us through this journey, which is like not only for the growth of golf, but also puts India on the world golf map?
Yeah, I met, as you said, I met Pawan here during the Tavistock Cup when I was here at Isleworth, and during a gala dinner. And it's been, we've had a dialogue for quite some time, and to be able to go to his home country and to be able to play Delhi Golf Club, which is a very historic golf course there, and to have the type of reception that we had there was absolutely phenomenal. I didn't think that any of us quite expected it to be like that. And then for that to transition to where we are now, where we're partners, and for him and his company as to be a part of our foundation and what we're trying to do for kids, it's just tremendous. And I'm excited personally. I know everyone here at the foundation is very excited about this partnership, and we're looking forward to our relationship going forward. Yeah, Karen.
Hello. As you begin this next comeback, since you've won your last major, you've gotten a little older, you've had the injuries, you have fatherhood now, you've had the divorce. So any of those could impact performance. In your mind, what's been the most significant one?
Well, probably the first point, I'm older.
How does that impact?
I think Father Time's undefeated. We all eventually start losing some of the things we were able to do when we were younger. And it's, as an athlete, yeah, you do notice these things. We all have to make adaptations as athletes, and we have to make adjustments. And I'm no different. As I've explained to you guys many times, MJ created a fadeaway. He couldn't jump over everybody anymore, and he created a new way to score and get points. I'm the same way. I can't blow it out there with some of the longer guys anymore. And back when I was younger, a long ball was 290 in the air. That was a big ball. Now it's 320, 325. That's the new standard out here. Some of the longer guys, Bubba, Woody, Dustin, they carry 325. That's the number to carry over bunkers. I don't quite have that. But there's other ways to go around it, around a golf course, and I think that's when it's really neat to be part of a sport in which you can play for such a long period of time, and you can win at a very late age, because you don't have to physically dominate anybody, you don't have to physically beat anybody. You just have to beat the golf course. And one of the reasons why you saw Sam Snead win at age 54, looked like Tom was going to win the British Open at 59. I think Greg was leading, or part of the lead during the British Open when he was 54. You can do these type of things in golf, and I'm not quite 40 yet. It's not until next year. So, I still got some time.
Robert. I'm sorry, real quick follow-up. Why was it important for you to move the event here at this club?
Well, I think it was important for us moving out. Once we moved out of California, where were we going to go? And I've had a great relationship since '96 with Joe Lewis, and being here, I lived here for well over a decade, and I got to know Joe all those years, and we've been on vacations with him and gotten to know him on a pretty deep personal level. And I think it was very fitting for us to come here to the golf course that I used to live at, and people I know, and where I've had my businesses here, and a community that has really supported the Tavistock Cup and has supported this event, and this is an extension of that. And we're excited about this week. Everyone here is ecstatic to have this type of field here, and we're looking forward to it.
There's been rumblings about where this event will be in the future. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, we're excited to announce that we've signed a deal with Albany in the Bahamas, and we're going to move down there for the next 3 years.
Yes, hi, over here, Tiger.
Yeah.
I'm Alan with My Eyes on Orlando Business News. You mentioned wanting to take your foundation to the next level as one of the reasons of partnering with Hero. So do those plans include maybe getting a learning center here in the area, or Can you expand on those?
You know, we've looked at Orlando and a number of different cities in Florida as future expansions. Yeah, we're still looking at that. We have one in Stewart right now, but we would certainly like to have one here. It's been obviously difficult to find the facilities that we are used to. And also the staff, and we're trying to create. That's one of the neat things about having Rick as our on board, is that we're trying to find new ways to how can we package the information that we have, and how can we have these other satellite learning centers around the country and eventually around the world, that we're still able to deliver the information and the quality of information to the kids, and so they still get to have that type of experience without losing anything as we expand. We want to do it right, and that's one of the reasons we don't have that many learning centers. We only have 7, but we've impacted over a couple 100,000 kids have come through our learning centers now, and so that's been very important that we do it right.
What was the end of the road for you with Sean? When did you realise that you needed to make a change, and what are the things that you are going to try and change now in terms of the golf swing, and to make you, to return you to where obviously you want to go?
Well, I think that physically I just wasn't able to do some of the things that we wanted to do in the golf swing, and that's one of the neat things about our transition out of a working relationship, is that we're still very good friends, and we still needle each other quite a bit on texting, and so that part has been fantastic. But as on a professional level, I think I needed to go a different direction. And when I did, I just sat back and basically during my rehab process, and I didn't really have to do anything. I wasn't going to play for a while, and just wanted to kind of soak everything in and really have a clear plan of where I wanted to go. And also, do I really want to change my golf swing again? And how much do I want to change it? And where am I going to go with it? These are all questions that I just sat back and took a few months away from it and started developing that answer and that way to go about it. And then having a person that I have always had a lot of trust and have had a deep friendship with, being Noda Begay, and Noda and I go back to the time we've known each other almost 30 years now. And I really value his opinion, and he came to me with some information about my stats, and really we had a pretty long conversation about what I want, where I was, where I need to go, and where I'm at now. And he suggested he might know a guy named Chris Como. Do you really, if you're up to it, I can arrange a meet with him, and we can talk about swing philosophies and the whole deal. And I said, yeah. At the time, not really, not yet, but eventually I came around to it, and I was very surprised and very excited to see what he thought my swing should look like, and should look like going forward, and because that was very similar to the vision I had. So that's where we're at right now.
Different. You want to go back to something, or you want to go to something new?
Well, it is new, but it's old. When I say that, because I haven't done it in a very long time. We looked at a lot of video from when I was a junior golf and amateur golf, way before. Like even Ken and I came out here and had some really nice years where I hit the ball really well. We went back to some of those old videos and really looked at it, and it was quite interesting to see where my swing was then, and how much force I could generate with very skinny frame. How did I do that? How did I generate that much power? And that's kind of where we're getting back into.